Hey there guys, this is Richard, your host, with another marvelous video. The fabric of my existence, woven with threads of mischief and enigma. Loki, the god of mischief, declares as he walks through the corridors of comic pop culture. Let's peel back the layers and delve into Loki's anatomy, not the bones and muscles, but the essence that makes him the god of mischief. From his mesmerizing physique to powers that bend reality itself, join me in unraveling the mystery that is Loki Laufeyson. So, buckle up fellow enthusiasts, as we embark on a whirlwind tour of Loki's captivating anatomy. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Who is Loki? A frost giant or a god? Are you among the ones caught up in the big question, wondering about Loki's origin? Alright, my fellow nerds, let's unravel the web of mystery surrounding Loki. Is he a frost giant or a god? Well, hold on to your helmets, because he's a bit of both. Loki Laufeyson, the master of trickery, hails from the realm of Jotunheim, where he was born to the frost giant Queen Farbauti and King Laufey. Now, being born a little on the smaller side, Loki faced some serious parental embarrassment, and his fellow frost giants weren't exactly welcoming either. But here's where the plot thickens. Fate had other plans for Loki when he was adopted and raised by none other than the mighty All-Father Odin himself, after some magical time travel shenanigans. Yep, Odin pulled a parental surprise and brought Loki to Asgard, where he was raised alongside his adopted brother, the hammer-wielding Thor. As Loki and Thor grew up, sibling rivalry took on a whole new level. Loki was jealous of the spotlight his brawny brother hogged, so you'd always find him pulling some prank or other. Loki's meddling and mischief went beyond just hair-cutting capers. He orchestrated a series of cosmic pranks that ultimately led to the formation of the Avengers, granting him the moniker of the creator of the Earth's mightiest heroes. But let's not forget the darker side of Loki's tale. In a fit of jealousy and deceit, he caused the tragic demise of Balder, one of the gods. This act led to some serious serpent punishment, with venom dripping on his face for years. A frost giant turned into an adopted Asgardian god with powers that could outwit even the most learned tricksters. Loki's anatomy may be more than meets the eye, but one thing's for sure, he's a character worth celebrating and dissecting in the wild world of comics and pop culture. His muscle tissue is more denser than normal humans. Loki's got more than just mischievous wit. He's got the brawn to back it up. Wondering how? Hold on to your comic books, fellow nerds, because we're diving into the nitty-gritty of Loki's physique. Turns out, this god of mischief isn't just tricking around when it comes to his muscles. These muscles are super densely packed. Loki might look like your average-sized dude, but his muscle tissue is playing a whole different game. It's like he's got bricks for biceps and concrete for quads. His bodily tissues are pumped up with about 3 times the density of what you'd find in a regular human being. So, while he might seem like a lightweight, he's secretly carrying around several hundred extra pounds of solid power. This extra density isn't just for show. It's the reason behind Loki's superhuman strength. He can lift stuff that would make your average gym bro cry. It's like ripping through steel doors like they're made of cardboard. It's like Loki's been heading the cosmic weight room and taking home all the gains. This dense tissue is also what gives him the edge in the durability department. He's like the ultimate action figure, surviving punches from his hammer-swinging brother Thor that would kill anyone else. How does he get magical abilities? Loki's magical abilities aren't just a cosmic party trick. He's a supreme sorcerer who's put in the work to twist reality, bend minds, and give even the mightiest heroes a run for their money. Let's dive into the magical world of Loki's abilities and find out how he has these magical powers. Speaking in layman's terms, we know he's a magician, and not the pull a rabbit out of a hat kind. This guy wields reality like a puppet master, with the power to cast spells, manipulate the very fabric of existence, and cook up illusions that'll make your mind spin. So, how did Loki score this magical mojo? Well, aside from some Asgardian energy manipulation knowledge, he's a self-taught sorcerer. He didn't just pull spells out of thin air. He put in the hours, hit the magic books, and honed his craft like a true wizard. He's used his spellcasting skills to deceive and outwit folks left and right. His ability to manipulate minds and situations has put him on the A-list of Marvel's most dangerous villains. Loki's magical prowess isn't just about mind games. He's whipped up some seriously powerful mystical artifacts, like the Norn Stones. powers. These bad boys amp up his magical might to magnificent levels, giving him powers like intangibility, reality warping, and even the ability to showcase real-life events like a cosmic Netflix binge. The magic of these stones isn't just a one-size-fits-all deal. Nope, it tailors itself to the wielder's existing powers, making it a buffet of limitless possibilities. Loki's like a cosmic chef, whipping up a magical feast that keeps his enemies guessing and his fans on the edge of their seats.
What's this? What are you doing?
This isn't me.
His body is immune to any type of magic. This guy's not just a trickster. He's practically a magical fortress that's waterproof to the tricks of others. You might remember his tango with Doctor Strange's mystical mojo in the MCU, but trust me, in the comics, he's pulled off feats that'll leave you speechless. Once this godly dude has wrapped himself in such potent magic, he's practically developed an immunity to it. Loki's taken that to a cosmic level. Back in the day, he shrugged off being beheaded by Balder like he was just a scratch. Yep, you heard that right, beheaded. And he still came outstanding. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, folks. He's got a knack for resisting all sorts of magical control attempts. Do you remember Rogue? Yep, the power-absorbing mutant who can take your abilities just by touching you. Loki had a hearty laugh when she tried to drain him of his magical abilities. Remember the Voice's hypnotic hocus pocus? Yeah, Loki's practically immune to that too. It's like he's got a force field around his brain, stopping any mind-bending attempts in their tracks. Loki's not just a tricky character, he's practically a magic immune fortress. He can teleport himself or others across dimensions. It's time to unravel one of Loki's most magical road trip secrets, his ability to teleport across dimensions. Loki's not just a master of illusions, he's a travel guru with a cosmic mileage to prove it. Now in the MCU, Loki's got a sneaky way of hopping between worlds without the Bifrost. But hey, the details are a bit fuzzy on that one. In the comics though, Loki's teleportation game is strong. This power is like a magical mystery tour, and honestly, the rulebook's kinda missing. Loki can teleport himself and others, and it's not like he's broadcasting it to the universe. Nope, he's more of an I'll make an entrance when I'm good and ready kind of guy. Sometimes he might even lie about not being able to do it, but he has his own reasons to say so. Loki's not just teleporting across town, he's doing it between dimensions. Think of crossing galaxies like it's a stroll in the park. It's all thanks to his magical mastery. He's like the ultimate travel agent, no booking required. In the comics, Loki's teleportation party doesn't need a fancy space stone. No, he's got it down to a magical science. He waves his cosmic wand, figuratively speaking, and boom, he's off to another dimension. Loki's interdimensional jaunts are proof that he's always up for a cosmic adventure. Keep those dimensional portals open, because who knows where Loki might pop up next.
Brother.
All right, I yield!
He has shape-shifting abilities. This guy is a master of disguise, and he's got more transformation under his belt than you've had cups of coffee. From the get-go, Loki's been strutting his shape-shifting stuff like a pro. It's like he's got a personal costume shop that carries an endless array of creatures, snakes, pigeons, bees, and even a dragon. I mean, why settle for just one look when you can be the ultimate shape-shifting fashionista, right? This power isn't just for a show, either. Loki's shape-shifting mojo is the Swiss Army knife of the superhero world. Need to blend in? Disguise as a random pigeon and you're good to go. Reconnaissance mission? Turn into a snake and slither your way through. And when the stakes are high and the fight's about to get real, you can even level up to dragon mode. It's like having a whole arsenal of alter egos at his fingertips. Loki's not just a one-trick pony. Sure, he can transform like a chameleon on steroids, but he's got an ace up his sleeve. Some of these transformations are so on point that they're practically permanent. And let's clear up a misconception. While you might have thought Loki's Odin impression was just him flexing his illusion prowess, turns out he's a shape-shifting expert. Remember that time he morphed into a snake just to stab his big bro Thor? Yep, that was Loki showing off his skills when he was a mere 8 years old. When it comes to uncovering the real Loki in a room full of shape-shifting chaos, you better have a sharp eye and some serious Loki know-how. Oh, and keeping Thor nearby, well, that's just a wise move in the world of Loki's magical mayhem. He does have multiple personalities. This god of mischief might be the master of trickery, but he isn't just your run-of-the-mill mischievous deity. He's got a psychological roller coaster playing out in his head. Blame it on a traumatic childhood or the rocky road he's tread with his Asgardian crew, especially his hammer-swinging brother Thor. Sure, he might wear a charming, confident mask in public, but there's a whole lot more brewing beneath the surface. Now, in the world of comics, Loki's mind is like a gallery of different personas, and each one has an impact on his personality. There's the heroic, Kid Loki, who's like the lighter, more noble side of him. Then there's the villainous Loki Laufeyson, complete with all the mischievous mayhem you'd expect. These personalities are like different puzzle pieces, each showing a glimpse of Loki's intricate psyche, and they're not just for show. Each one comes with its own motivations, unique abilities, and even a touch of vulnerability. It's like Loki's mental chess match, with each piece making a move that keeps us guessing, whether he's playing the hero, reveling in villainy, or embodying cosmic chaos. Loki's ever-shifting psyche keeps us on our toes. Telekinesis ability of Loki is impressive. Loki's telekinetic talents are powers that are both mind-blowing and mind-bending. He's got the cosmic ability to move things with his thoughts. Now, you might remember that snippet from the MCU where Loki let his telekinesis loose in a fit of grief over Frigga's passing. He trashed his cell without lifting a finger, or in this case, without lifting anything at all. And in the heat of battle, he's been known to fling knives like he's got an invisible arm. While Loki's got telekinetic mojo in his bag of tricks, he's not all about brute force. He's more of a finesse kind of guy. He'd rather twist minds with his manipulation and telepathy, he's practically a hypnosis expert, than rely on sheer muscle power like his brother Thor. To him, mental strength's where it's at, and he's rocking it like a cosmic professor of psychology. But don't let that fool you. Loki's telekinesis is nothing short of impressive. He's like a cosmic puppet master, moving objects and people with a mere thought. Chaos and devastation? Yeah, that's his game. And he's not afraid to play it. You might have caught a bit of his telekinetic flair in the comics, where he ramps up his mental muscle even more. But us nerds, we're itching to see more of this power on the big screen. Imagine Loki unleashing his telekinetic fury in full force, turning the battlefield into a telekinetic playground. It'd be a sight to behold, for sure. Whether he's moving mountains or just tossing daggers, his mind is his mightiest weapon. Loki can create parallel dimensions. Don't be shocked to learn about Loki's reality warping extravaganza, a power that's not just off the charts, but practically rewriting the charts themselves. He's a cosmic maestro conducting the symphony of reality itself. With this ability, he's not just altering reality, he's practically reshaping it. Need to cook up an illusion? Easy peasy. But here's the real jaw dropper. Loki's not just tweaking reality, he's creating entire parallel dimensions. Think about that for a second. He's not just painting on the canvas of reality, he's crafting new canvases, new worlds, and new rules. In these alternate realities, he can play the hero or the villain, the puppeteer or the puppet, all while dancing to his own cosmic tune. And that's what makes Loki a true wildcard in the Marvel Universe. You can never predict what he's going to conjure up next because he's not just pulling tricks from his sleeve, he's creating entire cosmic magic shows. Loki has an incredible healing factor. It's time to unravel a lesser-known secret about our favorite god of mischief, the one who's got the ultimate self-repair feature, the healing factor. You might have thought the healing factor was reserved for the likes of Wolverine or Deadpool, but oh no, Loki's brought that trick to the table too. Now, let's break it down. Like all his Asgardian pals, Loki's got some serious durability. It's like his body's been forged in the cosmic crucible to withstand all sorts of hits and blows, way beyond human standards. But here's where things get magical. His metabolism isn't just speedy, it's practically on cosmic caffeine. This means his regenerative healing factor goes into overdrive, mending his tissue like a sorcery-infused superhero version of duct tape. His magical prowess is so intertwined with his body that he can perform the ultimate magic, reattaching severed limbs. Yep, you heard me right. If he loses an arm, a leg, or even his head. And here's where frost giant genes step into the picture. His physiology gives him an almost instant recovery ability that's superhero speed on steroids. Imagine getting slammed into the ground by the Hulk and not just surviving, but bouncing back. It's like Loki's the ultimate cosmic rubber band. No matter how far you stretch him, he just snaps back into shape.
Willingly. Or you won't.
Loki can transfer his powers to others. This one might just flip your expectations upside down, or you might want to befriend Loki, or maybe not. You might have heard of Rogue, the energy-sapping marvel. Loki's got the opposite mojo going on. This god of mischief can do a magical power transfer. Loki's not just wielding his own powers, he's got a cosmic share and care policy. He can pack up his powers and gift wrap them for someone else to enjoy. Here's the catch. His motives aren't exactly squeaky clean. Loki's not distributing powers like Halloween candy out of the kindness of his heart. There is a catch. See, whenever he's transferred his powers, it's usually a cosmic dodge tactic. He's like the master of the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card. If there's a battle brewing, he just hands off his powers and someone else takes the hit for him. Oh, and did I mention the power boost? That's right, my friends. Loki's not just sharing his abilities, he's amping them up to 11. So, whoever gets a dose of Loki's powers gets a supercharged version of his powers. Loki's not just passing out one-time power party favors. He's gone as far as creating new superhumans. More often than not, he's using his powered-up pals to fight his battles while he kicks back and enjoys the show from a safe distance. And let's not forget his artistic masterpiece, the creation of Absorbing Man. With a sprinkle of Asgardian herbs and a dash of cunning, Loki whipped up a villain who can absorb powers. My fellow seekers of cosmic truths, Loki is a master of the power-sharing game. Whether he's giving cosmic boosts or crafting superhumans, he's like the ultimate cosmic power broker. Can he reproduce? This is not a difficult question to answer. Yes, he can reproduce, and the array of women he can form a relationship with is quite vast. Let's peel back the layers of Loki's tangled web of relationships. First off, we've got Fenris, one of Loki's unique offspring. Fenris is a special breed, a wolf born from the unconventional love between Loki and Angerboda, who are shapeshifters. Fenris didn't come out looking like your average pup. He's a colossal wolf standing up to a whopping 15 feet tall. With his shape-shifting genes, he's got the potential to morph into different forms, but he seems to prefer his furry and fearsome self. Think of him as a towering wolf with a knack for family drama. The prophecy claims he's destined to take out Odin in a cosmic showdown. Then comes the dynamic duo of Sylvie and Loki. When these two crossed paths, it was like a cosmic meets cuteness with a twist. Different goals? Check. Both being variants of Loki? Double check. But what started as an unlikely partnership evolved into a tangled bond. But beware, because the path they took led to heartbreak, Sylvie choosing revenge over Loki and breaking his heart in the process. And let's not forget Loki's old flame, Sigyn. Loki, being the trickster he is, pulled a wild card by killing Sigyn's fiancée and taking his place. Classic Loki, right? But what follows was unexpected. Sigyn not only accepted the marriage but chose to stand by Loki's side, proving that true love can be as unpredictable as Loki himself. Well, that's a marriage made in, well, Asgard. And rounding off this story, we've got Narvi, the son of Loki and Sigyn. Now, imagine growing up in a family where shapeshifting and trickery are practically in your DNA. It's like a superhero version of hide and seek. Narvi's got a lineage that's as tangled as Loki's own web of schemes. Is Loki immortal? We're diving deep into the age-old question, is Loki truly immortal? Let's break it down like Thor's hammer on a villain's skull. So, here's the scoop. Loki, like his fellow Asgardians, doesn't age at the same pace as us mere mortals. While we're stuck counting grey hairs, Loki's keeping that youthful glow for centuries. But hold your horses, because there's a twist in this tale. Loki doesn't get a free pass on aging. Nope, he's not completely immune to the sands of time. He might be an age-old trickster, but he's not entirely immune to the aging process. Now, hold on to your enchanted helmets, because there's some rebirth magic in the mix. Loki's been reborn. Think of it like a cosmic reset button. But don't worry, he's not starting from scratch. He's got the memories of his past life tucked away in that mischievous mind of his. Despite being a walking history book, he's rocking the looks and energy of a young Asgardian dude in his prime. And just to add a cherry on top, Loki's got an immune system that's tougher than vibranium. He's practically untouchable when it comes to earthly diseases and infections. Thus, Loki might not be completely immune to the aging game, but he's playing it with a trick or two up his celestial sleeve. So, all we can say is he's near immortal. Does he have any weaknesses? Could you believe it? Even the slickest trickster in the Marvel Universe has a few chinks in his magical armor. Let's unravel a few of Loki's weaknesses. First up on the list is his magic limitations. Now, don't get me wrong, Loki's got some serious sorcery game going on, but there's a catch. When he's kicking it on Midgard, that's Earth in case you're not fluent in Asgardian, his powers might be dialed down a notch. See, his birth wasn't a Gaia special, and even Odin's magic takes a bit of a vacation on our blue planet. While Loki's got some psychic-like skills, he's no mind-reading expert. Reading minds is not his game. Loki's got another weak spot in his arsenal, his ambition. Oh boy, this guy's got a case of superiority-inferiority complex. His burning desire to outshine his golden boy bro Thor and grab power with both hands often gets him tangled up in his own web of misdeeds. And let's not forget his knack for isolating himself with his not-so-heroic actions. That grand scheme of his, it often fizzles out faster than a firework on New Year's Eve. Loki's been caught off guard when it comes to human nature. Turns out, he's got about as much insight into mortals as a squirrel does into rocket science. Underestimating Earth's finest has led to some seriously cringeworthy defeats. Hence, even the god of mischief isn't immune to a few kinks in his cosmic chainmail. Whether he's wrestling with his own ambitions or tripping over his understanding of humanity, Loki proves that even with all his magic and cunning, he's not invincible. Marvelous verdict, Loki stands as a testament to the wild wonders of comics and pop culture. With each mischievous grin and every cunning scheme, he reminds us that there's more to explore beyond the mundane. In a realm where gods and frost giants coexist, Loki's anatomy is a combination of intrigue, humor, and unbounded potential. As the pages turn and the stories evolve, we'll continue to be captivated by the enchanter who defies the laws of both physics and expectation. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.